what's going on? Thank you for checking out this video. You know I'm all about making you a better player, and in today's video we're going to do exactly that. And what I've actually done here is I wanted to break it down and really make sure that you're doing at least these 5 important things to ensure that every day you're getting a little bit better. Now, I promise you, if you watch this video all the way to the end and you commit to actually doing these 5 important things every day, then you're going to see incredible results. Okay, it's all about consistency, and it's all about following a simple formula. Getting good at soccer, getting good at anything isn't really complex. What it takes is discipline, it takes consistency, it takes dedication. Okay, it takes a lot of this up here. If you don't really want it, if you don't need to become a better player, if you don't need to make a lot of money, if you don't need to get really good grades, then you're never really going to do it. You'll be okay with average, you'll be okay with mediocre. But you're watching these videos and I don't think you're okay with mediocre. I don't think you want to be an average soccer player, an average footballer. So if you do want to be a great player, I want you to watch this video all the way to the end and commit, promise to yourself that you're going to do these 5 things every day. If you do that, I guarantee you're going to see results. The longer you stick with it, the better your results are going to be. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually, I just made a little PDF file, and we're going to go onto my computer right now and I'm going to go through it with you. Okay, we're going to talk about each of these important ideas and break them down a little bit so you can have some ideas on how to get started and how to ensure that every day you're at least getting a little bit better. You're getting a little bit closer to that player that you want to be. Okay, so let's go on to my computer and we'll get started.
I created a PDF file, and I just thought it'd be a better way to get these ideas across. Hopefully you retain a little bit more of the information that I'm about to share with you. But if you're watching this video on my website, progressivesoccertraining.com, then you can actually download this PDF at the bottom of this post. If, however, you are watching this video on YouTube, just click the first link in the description box of this video and you will be directed to my website where you can download the PDF. So here we go. Now that I'm looking at this, I would have changed this title. But basically, if you follow these 5 ideas, you will become a great soccer player. You'll become a better version of yourself, and that's what you should be striving for. Now, before we get into it, becoming a great soccer player doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be the next Messi or the next Ronaldo. If that's what you want, then strive for it, go for it. But what I would challenge you to do is just be the best version of yourself. So if you just end up playing in a recreational league, be the best player that you can possibly be. If you end up going to university and playing in NCAA or a high division, be the best player you can be. If you go on and play professional, be the best player you can be. We are all going to play at different levels, but we need to strive to be the best version of ourselves. Okay, so getting into it, 5 ideas. First one, play more often. The more you play, the better you get. Now, this may seem like a foolish idea, like why would this guy even put this in here? But seriously, a lot of players are not playing enough. You might play one practice and show up to your game on Sunday, or maybe you just play one game a week, and then these players are frustrated because they're not playing well or they didn't perform the way they wanted. But in reality, you haven't gained enough experience. You haven't put in enough minutes. You haven't had enough practice. You haven't had enough time on the ball to even be able to play well. So you don't deserve to play well right now. Okay, so start playing more often. There's lots of different ways for you to play, but it should start by you joining a team. Okay, so I know some people out there aren't actually on teams. If you aren't on a team, you need to get on a team right away because you're going to get real game experience. Practicing skills and doing fitness on your own is great and it's very important, but what you really need is game experience. Okay, the more games you play, the better you're going to get. So how can you join a team? Well, there's lots of different ways to join a team. If you don't have a team right now, just search your city plus soccer club or your city plus football club, and you're going to get a bunch of different websites where you can get email addresses or phone numbers of people you can contact. You can go for a tryout or you can go practice with a team. You can get signed up. Okay, some of you are having problems with money issues. That's the issue for you. If that's your issue, I challenge you to rise above this problem and look for different ways. A lot of teams will offer different ways for you to pay your team fees. For example, you can work fundraisers for them, or you can volunteer to coach a younger team, something like this. Okay, so before you say, I don't have any money, I can't play, pick up the phone, call the club, ask if there's anything you can do to cover your team fees. And I guarantee you're going to find some alternative, some solution at some club. Okay, so go and do that if that's your problem. But there's lots of different teams that you can play on. So you should be on a club team. Okay, a club team is every city has different clubs and different tiers. Okay, get on a club team and slowly work your way up the ranks to the top tier in your city. You can also play on a school team. So if you're in junior high or in high school, they probably have a school team. Now these are separate leagues. You can play on both if you can manage it efficiently. You can also play on a senior team. So if you're a youth player, I believe in most cities you have to be at least 16 years old. But once you reach 16, you can actually play both youth and men's or women's league. So a great way to get experience is by playing with players who are older, stronger, bigger, and wiser than you, have more experience than you. Okay, this will help you grow much faster. So if you are over 16, I definitely encourage you to look into that, see if you can get on a senior team. And a lot of senior teams would love to have you, a young, hardworking player on their team, because they're not as fit. They don't want to run as much. They want to keep the ball. And it's great to have that type of player in their team who can add a little bit of pace and energy, and someone who's always going to be there. They're usually hurting for players because older people do have a lot going on with families, jobs, work. Soccer is their main priority. So it's a great opportunity for you to get lots of good experience. Okay, you can also play co-ed. This is where boys and girls play together. This is more of an older thing, an adult league, but that's another great opportunity. And if you're a younger player as well, you can play up with the older players, which is great. Futsal, huge. I love futsal. I think it's absolutely great. It's amazing for technical development, speeding up your speed of play, your decision making. Great for young players. So get on a futsal team. And you could go look into other things, indoor soccer, beach soccer, if you're looking for everything. But if you did all these, you'd have more than enough soccer on your plate. So probably pick one or two, at least two or three. Pick a few and you'll have a lot more soccer. You'll play a lot more often. And remember, the more you play, the better you get. The more experience you're getting, the more touches on the ball, the more decisions you have to make. It's just going to make you a better player. You can also organize pickup games with your friends. Okay? It's very important that we take our soccer or football seriously, but it's also important that we enjoy it. And sometimes we're just playing for fun. You're experimenting with new skills. You're joking around a bit, but you're getting out there. You're getting on the ball. You're jogging. And most importantly, you're enjoying the beautiful game that you love so much. Finally, before we move on to the next point, I'm going to say play every day in some way. So maybe you have a club practice, maybe you have a game with your school, and then you do some individual training the next day. On Thursday or Friday, you play a pickup game with your friends, okay? Switch it up, but every day play. Get on the ball, get on the field, get that experience, get those minutes under your belt, and you're going to be a better player. Play more often. The more you play, the better you get. Okay, moving on. Number 2, every day you should practice your skills. Why? The best way to improve technique is by yourself. When you are practicing with your team, you don't get on the ball as much as you probably should if we're talking about skill development here. Okay, there's lots of other players. Sometimes you're waiting in line, you're waiting for other things to happen. You're not always on the ball. You're not the main focus. But when you focus on yourself, you take the time to go practice with yourself, you are the main focus. You're on the ball 100% of the time. And this gives you great opportunity to improve all of the different skills. Okay, so don't just focus on dribbling, doing moves because that's what you like to do and that's what you're good at. Focus on improving all of the different skills. So that means ball control, dribbling, turning, doing moves, passing, receiving, especially your first touch, shooting, finishing in different ways. Okay, work on improving all of these different skills. Now, I've written a couple things here, and the first is repetition is the basis of development. So if you're not that good at shooting and you want to become better at shooting, well, you have to put in the repetition, okay? You can't just take 5 shots and say, oh, I'm not that good, or take 2 free kicks and expect to be better. Okay, you need to put in hundreds of repetitions. You need to put in thousands of hours. There's that book going around, what is it, I forget what it's called, but 10,000 hour rule. That's probably what it's called, 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything. So imagine how many repetitions you'd have to put in to get 10,000 hours. Now, don't let that discourage you. Just understand, the better you want to get, the more practice you're going to have to put in, the more repetitions you're going to have to take, the more shots, the more passes, the more dribbles, the more controls. Okay, get repetitions and you're going to get results. Now, to speed up your results, self-analysis is the accelerator of development. Repetition is the basis of development. Self-analysis is the accelerator of development. What does this mean? I can go out and shoot a ball 100 times, but if I'm not thinking about, okay, why did this ball curl to the left? Why did it stay low? Why did it go too high? And trying to change it, trying to fix it, make it better, then I'm not going to improve. I'm just going to keep making the same mistakes. So try not to make the same mistakes again and again through self-analysis. Look at what you're doing wrong and find a different way to do it right. Say, okay, maybe I need to hit the ball a little more here. Maybe I need to follow through a little bit there. Maybe I need to get my body over the ball. Okay, self-analysis. Get outside of yourself, look at what you're doing wrong, and ask yourself, how can I do this better? If you do that, you will improve way faster than anyone else around you. Okay, so number 1, play more often. Number 2, practice your skills every day. Number 3, improve your fitness. And in brackets here I wrote, improve your soccer fitness. We want to train specifically to be better on the soccer or the football field. Okay, if we are just lifting weights trying to get really big to be like a 300-pound bodybuilder, it's not going to make us effective. If we're only doing long distance running, it's not going to make us effective. Okay, so what I wrote here is develop your body to be more effective on the field. So what does that mean? You're going to have to be really quick, really agile. You're going to have good bursts of speed, good acceleration. You're going to have to be strong to keep people off the ball, to break through tackles. You're going to have to be able to jump high. You're going to be able to run long, to recover quickly, okay? So thinking about all these things, how can we focus on improving all the different disciplines? Okay, so what do I want to see you training? What do I want to see you doing? And I'll make a video about this with more detail, but you want to be doing things like sprints, quick footwork drills, working on your agility. You want to be lifting weights in the gym. You want to be getting strong. If you're still a young player, say under the age of 13, 14, just stick with the body weight stuff. But you want to be doing push-ups, planks, bridges, squats, lunges, okay, strengthening your body. Not only is it going to make you more effective on the field, it's going to reduce your chances of getting injured. Now, if you want to see results with anything in life, you need to be consistent in your approach. If I do a great workout today, but then I don't do anything again for 2 weeks, I'm not going to get any better, okay? I need to be consistent. If I'm doing weight training, I need to be doing it at least 3 times a week for a month to see some real results. If I stick with it with a year, you're going to see amazing results, okay? It's all about consistency, and you'll be surprised at how far you come if you be consistent in your approach, consistent with your sprinting, consistent with your weight training, consistent with your physical fitness, okay? You're going to see great results. But if you slack off or you go good for a week and then you fall off for a week, you do a good workout here, you fall off for a bit, you're not going to see those results. So stop starting and stopping. It's about starting and sticking with it. Even if you're not doing so much at the beginning, but you just stick with it, do a little bit more each day, that's how you're going to see great results. Finally here, I wrote, train insane or remain the same. This is a quote going around these days. I haven't seen exactly where it came from, but it's a great little quote because it is true. Train insane or remain the same. If I do what my body is capable of doing, if I know I can do 10 push-ups and I only do 10 push-ups, I'm not going to grow. Okay, I need to challenge myself. I need to train insane. I need to be intense with my training. I need to push myself to the point of fatigue, to the point of exhaustion, to the point where you want to quit, and then you keep going. You find another level. It's all about finding that next level. Okay, so when you're training, especially when you're doing your physical stuff, think about, what did I do last time? Am I doing the same? Am I doing what my body's capable of? Or am I being intense? Am I really pushing myself to a new level? Okay, now saying that, be smart. You definitely want to listen to your body, okay? If you feel something snap or a muscle tear or something like that, you need to stop. You need to pull back. But you're going to be fine if you just keep that positive mentality and push yourself. Push yourself a little bit more each day, okay? Don't do what you're comfortable doing. Do what makes you uncomfortable. And that's how you're really going to get huge results quickly. All right, so what have we done so far? You're going to play more often, get that experience. The more you play, the better you get. You're going to practice your skills every day, focusing on all the different areas with good repetition and real self-analysis. And then you're going to prove your soccer-specific fitness, okay? Doing sprints, lifting weight, focusing on quick footwork and agility. Yes, running long distance and working on your quick recovery, okay? I'm going to create more videos on how to specifically do that. But right now, for you, search on my channel for those types of things. Search on YouTube. Ask yourself, or ask the internet is such a great resource, but ask the question, how can I improve those different areas that will actually make me more effective on the field? Okay, let's move on to a very important one. Eat healthier. Now, you probably don't even want to hear this. You've heard it before. You say, oh, I eat all this bad food and I'm doing just fine. I'm sure you're doing just fine. But do you want to be just fine, or do you want to be great? Do you want to be amazing? Do you want to be the best version of yourself? Because this right here, eating healthier, is so important. It's the missing piece in a lot of people's lives. If you are doing all this great training here, you're playing often, you're working on your skills, but especially this, working on your fitness, you are absolutely wasting your time. You're wasting all those sprints, all those hours in the gym, all that stuff you've done, you work so hard to get better, you're wasting it if you don't eat healthier. Because your body cannot grow, it cannot get better, it cannot get stronger, it cannot get fitter, it cannot get healthier if you aren't eating properly. And what I wrote here is, you actually are what you eat. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, you are what you eat, but maybe you never thought too much into it. Well, did you know that your body actually reproduces cells? Your body is made up of cells. I don't know exactly the number, but say every 6 months or a year or something like that, the cells in your body have totally been replaced. They regenerate themselves with new cells. So those old cells get broken down and new cells are developed. From a year from now, your cells in your body will be totally different. So if you're eating junk food, you're eating chocolate bars and cheeseburgers, then your body is taking the nutrients from those bad foods and making new cells. So you actually are made of cheeseburgers and chocolate. Do you think you're going to get injured? Do you think you're going to have lots of energy? Do you think you're going to be in a really good mood? Or are you going to feel lazy and fatigued and tired and crappy all the time and upset with yourself, okay? So food actually will have an incredible effect on your mood, your energy, but also your fitness. It will make you fitter. It will make you a better athlete. It will make you a better person, okay? So give your body good nutrients so it does reproduce those cells and you're made of strong, healthy nutrients. I hope that makes sense, but that's a very powerful concept. Think about that the next time you're pumping junk into your body. So I won't go too in depth on what exactly to eat. I'll make more videos on nutrition in the future. I do have some on my YouTube channel. If you go to Progressive Soccer on YouTube and search nutrition or what to eat, you'll get some food videos there. But I wrote here, eat real food. So what do I mean by real food? Real food does not come in a box or a can. It's not microwavable. If you're microwaving it, it's probably not good for you. Real food comes from the earth, so vegetables, fruits, grains, real protein, fish, beef, chicken, yes, poultry, you can eat all that stuff, beans, these are great things, okay? So eat real food. Did you get it from the vegetables section, the produce section, fruits and vegetables, the fresh protein section, okay? Grains are great. I'm not big on wheat. I don't think wheat personally is good for you. Now, I know a lot of you out there love eating your white bread and your white pasta and all these flour products, but personally, I cut wheat out of my life and I feel great. You feel lighter, you have more energy, you're not as bloated, you're not as fatigued. And I was reading a book and it said that the human species is actually somewhat allergic to wheat, or we are actually celiacs naturally. So I challenge you to try to cut wheat out of your diet and see how you feel. Eat more things like brown rice, quinoa. That's mainly what I eat, but grains, healthy grains, okay? Whole grains, not wheat. If it says wheat on the package or it says wheat on the bun or it's wheat flour, white flour, or even whole wheat flour, okay, wheat, personally, I don't think it's the best. Now, I'm just going to end there before I go off on a crazy tangent. But eat more grains, eat tons of vegetables. Green vegetables is a great source of fiber. And stick to those fruits, light proteins. Fish is great. Seafood is great. Poultry, beef, pork, a little bit of pork. It's all fine in moderation. I eat mainly fish, and I eat a lot of chicken and turkey, and occasionally red meat. But tons of vegetables, tons of fruit is mainly my diet, and grains. Rice, quinoa, it's pretty much it. Okay, drink tons of water. If you are an athlete, you need more water than the normal human being. Now, how much water should you drink? Think about always having your pee or your urine clear. Okay, if it's not, drink more water. If it is, keep drinking more water. The hotter it is outside, the more water you need to drink. The more active you are, the more water you need to drink. So keep drinking lots of water. All right, before we leave and move on here, stick to the 80-20 principle. So I'm going off saying don't eat wheat, don't eat all this bad stuff, but I do eat bad stuff sometimes. We all eat bad stuff sometimes, at least it should be sometimes. So what I want you to do is stick to that 80-20 principle. 80% of the time, eat good, healthy nutrients. 20% of the time, treat yourself to those things. Life is short. There's tons of incredible foods out there. Food it's a great experience. It makes you happy. It tastes good. It feels good. I don't want you to miss out on it, and I'm sure you don't want to either. Just make sure that 80% of your diet does have those great nutrients that your body needs. And then you can get away with eating some sweets, some chocolate, some pizza, whatever your thing is. You can get away with eating that. Just make sure the basis of your diet is good quality nutrients. Okay? So eat healthier, improve your soccer fitness every day, practice your skills every day, play soccer every day, play more often. Let's move on to the last point, which is educate yourself, okay? Become a student of the game. So most players are simply that. They're just players. They're not students of the game. And what do I mean by that? They're not learning every day. They're not asking, how can I become better? They're just unhappy with where they are and they don't really know why. They just accept it, okay? So if you want to get better, you have to become smarter. You have to become a student of the game. How are you going to do that? Watch and analyze more professional football. So you should be watching at least one game a week. I recommend if you can watch more, 3, 4, that's great. You're going to learn a lot more subconsciously. Just watching, you're going to get smarter because unconsciously or subconsciously in your mind, the next time you're playing, you're going to be in a situation that you've seen on TV or you've seen on the computer, and you're just going to do it. You're just going to make that move, or you're just going to make that pass, and you're going to make that run into space, okay? And it's going to feel natural. But you're going to improve way better if you're analyzing. When you're watching, ask why, ask how, okay? Watch specific players. Watch what they do on and off the ball. What positions do they take up? What do they do when they have the ball at their feet? Where do they play 2 touches? Where do they take more touches? When they strike the ball, what type of technique do they use? Okay, when they're on the ball, what is their body language like? Are they direct or are they lackadaisical and lazy, okay? So ask those questions and you will get great answers. Now, you can also, and you definitely should, use progressive soccer training to its full potential. So what I mean by that is I did a video about this on how to actually use my channel because a lot of you guys out there are sending me questions and I'm happy to answer your questions. But I have made a lot of videos that probably answer the questions that you have. So what I want you to do is come to my YouTube channel, Progressive Soccer, on YouTube, and click this search icon here, okay? Not this one up here, this one right here on my channel. Then search for what you want. If you want to be a better striker, okay, search that and you'll get lots of tips, lots of videos. If you want to have better ball control, okay, search that. You'll get tons of videos to help you out. So come on here and use this as a resource. It has lots of answers to the questions you want. And I challenge you, if you really want to get better, come in here, click this videos link, or go through these playlists and work through all the videos. There's over 350, but this is so much knowledge in here, so much power that can actually make you a better player, okay? There's over 350, and I'm making new videos every day, so there's always going to be more, but lots of different videos to help you hear the different areas of your game. Now, also, what did I say here? Oh yes, download my courses, okay? Yes, I'm going to plug my products, but the only reason I can plug my products without guilt, without feeling salesy, is because they actually work. Come on my website here, go to resources, okay, get these programs here. Play Like a Pro and Total Soccer Confidence. These cost money, they are not free, but they will give you great results. Now, if you're the type of player who doesn't have much time to put in their training, or you're not really that serious, you don't really, like, this isn't do or die for you, I have to get better, I must get better, you're just okay with becoming a little bit better and you don't need to achieve it in record-breaking time, then just use my free videos, okay? Use the free blog posts on my website. Use the free videos on YouTube, okay? But if you really want results and you want them fast, you really want to master confidence, you really want to improve all the areas of your game so you can increase your chances of getting scouted, then yes, come on here and get these premium products, okay? If you don't see the value in investing money to become better, faster, to achieve the things that you want in your life, maybe you want to be the best player on your team, or you want to get a college scholarship one day, or maybe you even want to sign a professional contract. Okay? If you don't see the value in investing to get those results, then don't get these. You're just going to be wasting your money. Okay? But if you are, that is what you want, then definitely get these products here. Okay, so let's come back and again, educate yourself. Okay? These things, watching, using these videos on YouTube, downloading these courses, becoming a student of the game, asking why. Don't just looking at what happened, ask how did it happen, why did it happen. Okay, educate yourself, you're going to get better. Healthier, improve your soccer fitness, practice skills, and play more often. Okay, I think that's it. Or here, let's review. Oh yes, I put this little picture here because I love this picture, and it says knowledge does not equal power. Knowledge plus action equals power, okay? This is so true. Knowledge does not equal power. You can know everything, but if you don't do anything with it, you don't put in the work, you're not going to get better, okay? So if you take this knowledge that you've learned and you put it to action, you take this knowledge that you're learning every day and you actually put it into action, playing, practicing hard, following the advice, trying the advice in these videos, trying these new tips, seeing if they work, seeing what does work, but actually trying, then yes, it's extreme power and you will get better much quicker. Okay, so play more often, practice your skills every day, improve your soccer fitness in some way, eat healthier, and educate yourself. Follow those 5 ideas and you are going to see great results. You're going to improve way faster, you're going to achieve your goals.
Thank you for watching this video again. I hope you got a lot of value, and before I leave, I just wanted to remind you about that little picture on the last page where it said knowledge does not equal power. Knowledge plus action equals power. So this video, just like all my videos, are incredibly valuable. They will help you improve, but only if you take this knowledge and put it into action. Okay, I'm doing my part here to give you some advice to help you out. Now it's on you, it's on your shoulders. If you want to be a better player, you have to put in the work. You need to be consistent with your training. You need to try a little bit harder every day. You need to have that incredibly positive attitude. And I guarantee if you can commit to that, commit to those 5 things, keep putting in that work, you're going to see great results. You're going to become a great player. You're going to become a great person, and you're going to achieve that success that you want in your life. So once again, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button real quick. Add a comment below. I'm going to reply especially to those comments within the first 24 hours. Please share this video with your friends. Share it on social media. Share it with teammates. Share it with anyone who you want to help become a better player. Okay, come back tomorrow and we're going to keep on improving. I'll talk to you real soon.